The Take Flight Learning Taking Flight with DISC certification teaches you everything you need to know to deliver an engaging and impactful personality styles-based training program. So what makes it different than other DISC certifications? I was certified in DISC back in 1994. What did I learn? I learned about the styles. I learned about the graphs. I learned how to interpret the reports. And that was important. That was foundational information I needed to learn. What I did not learn was how to bring the styles to life. Nobody taught me how to run a fun, engaging, impactful training program. In fact, most of the certifications prided themselves on the fact that they didn't tell you what you're supposed to do. In other words, they said, we're not going to tell you how to use it. You're a professional. Go for it. Make it happen. And what happened? Consultants all over the world, trainers in companies all over the world have created their own PowerPoints. They've created their own participant guides. They've created their own activities. They've created their own resource cards to hand out to people. Why is everybody creating all this information when it already exists? In the Take Flight Learning, Taking Flight with DISC certification, we teach you how to interpret graphs, how to bring them to life. Every graph tells a story. What does that graph tell you? But we also provide you with a template for how to deliver a DISC training program based on the 4 birds that's fun and engaging. So what do you get when you go through certification? Well, first of all, it's a 3-day certification if you participate in our virtual certification, or a 2-day in-person certification. You get a facilitator guide, and it is fully scripted. It doesn't speak in trainer lingo. It speaks how we speak, and it's written in the say, do, ask format. What do you say? What do you do? What do you ask? And then it gives you answers that they're probably going to answer when you ask those questions. It's going to tell you exactly what are the things that are going to happen when you facilitate that activity. Take Flight Learning grew out of my first company, Team Builders Plus. Team Builders Plus was one of the first team building companies in the United States. I started the organization back in 1991 when there were a half a dozen team building firms throughout the country. For me, when I ran training programs, they had to be fun. They had to be activity-filled. They had to be engaging. I wanted people to leave and say, that was the most fun I have had, either as a facilitator leading it or as a participant experiencing it. And I wanted to bring that fun into the DISC world. Full disclosure, if there was one thing we got wrong when we created the certification for the Taking Flight with DISC program, it was that we expected new people to DISC. We expected trainers who never taught DISC before, and they wanted to teach something fun and engaging and impactful, that those were the people we were going to get. Interestingly, we have more people who have 10, 15, 20 years of experience facilitating DISC training taking our certification because they've just realized that it's not doing what they want it to do. Because they realize that DISC needs to be brought to life. And that's what the Taking Flight with DISC program does. But why are we only certifying people to understand graphs? We should be teaching you how to be successful in the classroom. And that's what you get. All of the skills, all of the materials, from the PowerPoints, the desktop birds, support materials, participant guides, everything. It's given to you so you can be a successful facilitator and run a successful Taking Flight with DISC training program.